Pleased to meet you. My name is Julien Dupont. I work in KEDGE Business School. KEDGE is a top 10 business school based in France, in Bordeaux, Marseille, and Paris. And in KEDGE, I am in charge of the entrepreneurship programs. We support 300 startups projects each year in France, and also MBA students. So I'm very pleased to meet you today and to give you some information about what we do in entrepreneurship in KEDGE Business School. First, all the MBA students can have access to a seminar called Fostering Entrepreneurship and Innovation. It's led by one of my colleagues, which is Dr. Christophe Garoni, and he prepares the students to provide entrepreneurship support with strategy, with workshop, with entrepreneurs, and we work together to merge entrepreneurs with students. They can support entrepreneurs on acquisition strategy, on pitch, and if they want, they can launch their own project in this seminar with my colleague. And then, if they want to continue their journey with their projects, they can join the incubation program in KEDGE. And in this incubation program, we have support with coach in all the dedicated topics: acquisition, strategy, fundraising, etc., etc. MBA students in KEDGE can have access to the startup programs of KEDGE. We have 3 startup programs. The first one is a pre-incubation program. It's for students who just have an idea and want to launch their first product. So we will support them with challenges. What is the challenge? For example, we will ask them to meet end customer and to interview them. The aim of this interview is to understand if they have a clear need or not, and if they are able to build a product that people want, because entrepreneurship is also build a product that people want. So pre-incubation program for students who just have an idea and want to go through the first product. If they already have a first product, a first prototype, we will have the incubation program. On the incubation program, we will help them to acquire the first customers. They will have dedicated support of coach in every kind of topics, so they can work on acquisition, on fundraising, on pitch, HR. We have entrepreneur coach who are entrepreneurs and are able to support them. And at the end of the day, if they have already a company making turnover, we have an acceleration program. On the acceleration program, we will support them on scaling and fundraising. We also have financial programs for the MBA and the entrepreneurs supported by KEDGE. We have at first an honor loan. We can lend up to 40,000 euros with 0% of interest. So it's quite interesting when you need to launch a company. We have also a community of 120 business angels. These business angels are alumni of KEDGE. So since 2 years, our alumni, this 120 business angels, invest directly in startups, 400,000 euros directly. So it's quite interesting when you need to raise money and launch a company. And KEDGE has also an investment firm, which is called KEDGE Participation. This investment firm belongs to KEDGE, and KEDGE Business School has also the possibility to invest directly in startups. The MBA program is aimed for young executives which have minimum 3 years of professional experiences, and it's a very hands-on experiential program. They have hackathon, immersive seminar around different topics. It can be about customer-centric approach, innovation, also bring AR in the company, or to work on sustainability in the DNA of the company. So it's very this hands-on approach that allow our students to work with practical and to ally theory and practical. Maybe to give you some example of entrepreneurs we supported in KEDGE. The first one is Give. Give is a very well-known application in France, a web app, and this web app allows to everybody to give every kind of object. So they have a very strong community because in France they have 3 million daily users working on this app. It's a very well-known application. A second startup we supported is Telaqua. Telaqua is an agri-tech company based in Marseille. They created connected sensors to detect water loss on farms that are over 300 hectares. So it's a very important topic to detect water loss when you work in agriculture, and we supported them, and they are still in activity and continue to grow in Marseille. They work also in Southwest Africa and in South America. A third example of company we support is RightSpace. RightSpace allow satellite launchers to compare prices to launch a satellite with a platform. So before them, you need to work with broker. It was not very clear the pricing and the access to launch a satellite. Nowadays, satellite launcher, thanks to RightSpace, with a unique platform, can have access to the prices and to choose the good launcher to launch a satellite. At least the MBA students all have access to a dedicated mentorship with a professional on their careers. So if you want to work about their careers plan, etc., the MBA allows them to have this dedicated support. And if they want to launch their companies, they can integrate our startups programs. And as I told you before, in the startup programs, they will have access to a coach who are all entrepreneurs themselves, and it's a very hands-on approach. So the coach will help them to work on the fundraising, on the acquisition, on the go-to-market strategy, and it's an approach based on their needs. So it's a tailor-made approach. In the MBA, as I told you, they work on a seminar they can choose, which is Fostering Entrepreneurship and Innovation, led by my colleague Dr. Christophe Garonne. And Dr. Christophe Garonne work on a research-based approach to support entrepreneurs, with lectures, of course, case studies, and workshop with entrepreneurs. This work allows them to create a strong network with students of the MBA, of course, with also entrepreneurs working on this seminar, and that's a very powerful tool for them and for their careers. The Entrepreneurship Center often organizes learning expeditions for MBAs in Paris tech ecosystem. As you may know, Paris is one of the major places for entrepreneurship in Europe. So with MBA, we do learning expedition in Paris. We often visit Station F, which is one of the world largest incubators in the world, and it allows them to meet some investors, some entrepreneurs, and to understand how does it work, an ecosystem, a startup ecosystem. It's very important for them, and it allows them to build their career plan for the future. If they want, they can join the entrepreneurship programs, and in our programs, we will start with the diagnostic of their companies, in which we will interview the different stakeholders, CEO, customers, employees, etc., etc. This diagnostic will allow them to categorize the problems and to develop a dedicated support with our coach. So if we see they need a clear support on HR, we have coach in HR. If we see they need a support on product, we have coach in product. So it's a very tailor-made support we do, but it allows them to continue to develop an existing venture. At first, not all MBA students are interested in entrepreneurship, but we support them to work in management position in big corporation. This is a main issue for the MBA. And how we do it, it's with tools to reach a managerial position. It goes through different kind of courses: finance, international law, of course, digital and IA, strategy, etc., etc. We work on soft skills to evolve in big organization, which is a fundamental nowadays. Of course, international is very important with international experiences in MBA and concrete case study with a strong entrepreneurial mindset also for students who will not launch their company, but in the corporate world, we are willing to train students who are solution-based oriented. It's very important for us. As you told, some of our alumni will launch their company, of course, but others are interested in entrepreneurship, but want to find a job in the entrepreneurship area. So often they will pursue their careers in corporate innovation, which is quite interesting for them, or in financing area for startups. Which in Paris we have a lot of partners working on this area. This MBA have also the unique opportunity to work on a proactive approach with solution-oriented mindsets. And that's what they do on the entrepreneurship seminar, how to work on problem, find a concrete solution to solve them with, of course, a case study of entrepreneurs. So all this work done allows them to pursue a company or to work in the entrepreneurship area in the ecosystem.